Well, hello there. It's time to do some Greek. Sorry I'm late. The appointment went a little long. Let me pull up the keynote here. I'm going to try and do it on the iPhone today so that maybe the fonts don't get all screwy. We'll see. We will see. Okay, I think that's good. Are we good? Are we good? Definitely started. I don't think it's working. Hold on. No, it's working. Okay. Why is it not working here? So we're not gonna work. Is that it? For some reason that broke it entirely. That's fantastic. Okay. Gotta troubleshoot. Hold on. What I get for trying something new. Okay. Okay. Come on now. Do your thing, chicken wing. Come on. Why is it not working? I think I got it. Yeah. That was weird. Very weird. Okay. So I'm going to do it on the phone today. And let's see if the fonts are any better. I have a feeling they won't be, but we'll see. We'll try. This is our 10th lecture. That's crazy. We're a third of the way done. So kudos to you for hanging in there. If you've made it this far, if you're just now starting, don't forget to go back and learn more of the content. Make sure you review. Okay? Read in the material, but the lectures help with it because it's part of a process, a cycle, right? We read, then we review, then we practice. Okay? And at some points, you're going to have to go back. And that's okay. You're going to have to go back to re-review. That's all right. That's okay. But today, we are going over more of the present indicative. We're going to cover middle passive. Okay? So this is, again, present indicative. Present tense, indicative mood. Now, we'll cover more moods later. For now, indicative is those verbs that indicate something about reality, okay? So when we're talking about a present passive indicative in English, we're talking about a word that is happening now, action that's happening now. When it's passive, it's happening to the subject by something else or someone else. And it's indicative, so it's stating something about reality, okay? Indicating something. So in English, an example would be, I am struck by the car. It's present tense, I am. It's passive, where the subject, I, receives the action. struck. In this case, by the car. Okay? And that's the statement of reality. So in Greek, we have a present passive indicative as well. It uses the present tense stem. Then you add the connecting vowel. Then you add your primary passive personal endings. Now the connecting vowel rules are the same. That has not changed. So you use omicron for me, ni, or no ending. You use epsilon for everything else. Now consonants may drop out and vowels will follow contraction rules. Everything we've seen in terms of ablaut remains the same. Okay, so this is the present passive indicative. Now, here's an example. We'll use Leo, I destroy. The stem is li. That's the present tense stem because we're dealing with the present tense passive indicative here. Okay? So we use the present tense stem li. We use omicron because the passive first person singular ending is me. Starts with a me. And so we use omicron. Leome. Leome. The second person singular is interesting. Okay? The ending is se. But the sigma drops out in between the epsilon and the alpha. Okay? We know from our contract rules, a crab plus a fish becomes a crab with a claw. Okay? So it becomes an eta. Epsilon plus alpha becomes an eta. Then the iota subscripts. So it becomes li. Li. Now the third person singular is liate. Liate. We use epsilon because the ending begins with tav, which is not me, ni, or nothing. The ending is te, so liate. And then the first person plural, leometha. The second person plural, lieste. Lieste. And then the third person plural, leonte. Leonte. So these are passive. They're receiving the action. I am destroyed. You are destroyed. He is destroyed. We are destroyed. You, in parentheses, all, are destroyed. Or they are destroyed. Note the difference between the passive and the active. Leo. Leome. Liis. Lii. Lii. Liate. Leomen. Leometha. Liate. Lieste. Liusin. Leonte. There's some similarities, but they're different, okay? And you need to memorize both because you want to know when you're dealing with a passive instead of an active. Okay, so here's the present middle indicative. What in the world is middle? There's no equivalent in English. We don't have a middle voice. But Greek does. Now, you may have seen in the reading, Mounts called some things a deponent. We're not going to use that terminology. What it refers to is a verb that its lexical form listed in the dictionary is in the middle. And the way Mounts treats it, and others, it's not just Mounts, it becomes a subcategory of the middle. When I was learning this originally in undergraduate, we read an article about how That's just not how Greek was taught and learned and all that stuff way, way, way back in the day. So why are we putting that on us now? And that is to say, it's a debatable topic. So we will just simply refer to them as middle. And you just need to know that there are some verbs that show up in the middle instead of the active. They show up in the middle. Often they're translated as active. Middle use can be reflexive. It could be active. It can have various usages. But all you need to know is it's middle. That's it. Here's a present middle indicative, erchome. This is the form you'll see in the lexicon. When you're looking up the word, you'll find erchome. I come, I go. It's the present tense stem plus the connecting vowel plus the primary passive personal endings. Well, wait a second. This is passive. I thought we were talking about middle. We are. They share the same passive endings. The difference is there's no active form of this verb. So we don't need to call it deponent. We already know it's different. It's middle. Okay? You know it's middle because the lexical form is showing with the passive. Okay? So, erchome. You see the present tense erch, the omicron plus me, erchome. And then again we see with the second person singular, erchese, no, because the sigma drops out, the epsilon and the alpha contract to eta, and then the iota subscripts. Super easy. And then it becomes erchi. Erchete for third person singular, erchometha in first person plural, ercheste, second person plural, erchonte, third person plural. So I come, you come, he comes, we come, you all come, or they come. Now, the same is still true in contract verbs for either present, middle, or passive. In this case, though, these would be passive because the lexical form is not middle. It's not passive, right? So these would be present passive contracts. So for agapo, alpha contract, if you remember from last week, again, we're only going to see agapao in the lexicon. In the New Testament, we won't see that because of the contract rules. The stem is agapa plus omicron plus me. The alpha plus omicron, a fish plus a bomb, is a dead fish, right? Omega. So it becomes agapome. We know it's passive because it has the passive ending. For second person singular, the same rules that we just saw before apply here. Where the sigma will drop out and instead of an eta, though, we end with an alpha. So alpha plus epsilon plus alpha. And the reason for that is the alpha plus epsilon contracts first. So alpha, epsilon, a fish plus a crab is a bigger fish, right? The sigma drops out. So alpha, alpha, we're just left with an alpha. One drops off, and then the iota subscripts. Same thing in the third person singular. So alpha plus epsilon is a bigger fish, alpha. And then you add on the te. Same rule is in the first person plural as the first person singular. So agapometha. And then same thing we saw before in the second person singular happens in the plural, where the alpha epsilon contract, and then the sigma theta epsilon tack on the end. Agapaste. And then agapaonte becomes agaponte for third person plural. So this is translated passively. I am loved. You are loved. He is loved. We are loved. You all are loved. And they are loved. Now, you'll notice I'm saying all for second person plural. You don't have to say all in your translation. I'm just doing it for the sake of differentiating between you are loved and you are loved. You're loved. You're loved. You are loved. You see what I'm saying? Second person singular, you are loved. Second person plural, you all are loved. But in your translation for second person plural, you don't have to include all. I'm just doing it for comparison's sake here within our paradigms. So that's the alpha contract. What about epsilon contract? So here we have pieo, I do. The stem is pie. So it's an epsilon contract. Epsilon and omicron. A crab plus a bomb is ooh, what a mess. So we end up with piume. Piume. Epsilon plus epsilon would normally be epsilon iota, but because the sigma drops out, instead, in this case, what happens is the first epsilon drops off, and then epsilon plus alpha becomes a crab with a claw, an eta, and then the iota subscripts. So it's pronounced PE. And then epsilon becomes epsilon iota, so PET. And then again, the U, piu metha, piiste, and piunte. All right, so I am done. I am made. Let's use that. I am made. You are made. He is made. We are made. You all are made. They are made. Okay, that's PAO. Plero, to fill, fulfill. The stem is plero. That's the present tense stem. Omicron contract. So a bomb plus a bomb is oo, what a mess. Plerume. First person plural. I am filled. Bomb plus a crab, in this case, is oi they, right? So the sigma will drop off, and then the alpha, in this case, will drop out as well. And then we're left with oi. And then the final iota actually drops off too. That one's pretty interesting. And then plero ete becomes plerute because bomb plus a crab is ooh, what a mess. And then two bombs together is also ooh, what a mess. So plerumetha. And then pleruste and plerunte. This one's much more consistent, but in the sense that omicron, epsilon, omicron, epsilon, omicron, epsilon. The only exception is second person singular plere. And that is the passive endings. It's really straightforward. And that's it for today. Make sure you review. You practice, you review, you practice, you review, because these will continue to build on each other. These concepts continue to build and build and build. You don't want a shaky foundation. So make sure you go back, review, read your notes, watch the lecture. It's important, you need to have that good foundation. But we're moving right along. And what's cool is you can go at your own pace, but you have the lectures at your disposal. You have the reading material at your disposal. Even your workbook has answers on Bill Mount's website. So you've got all the resources that you need. It's up to you to practice and retain. Put together your posters, your word cards, whatever you want to do. Get creative. Have fun with it. I don't know, do a tattoo. It's an option. I'm not saying it's a good option, but you could do it. Or better yet, put a tattoo on your spouse or something. I don't know. If they're willing. If they are willing. Okay? Don't force it on anybody. But hey, get creative. Have fun with it. Follow. I'd appreciate the support if you subscribe. And we'll see you again next week on Friday. I did verify, so I'll be doing these Friday sessions all the way up until I think it was 4-5 or 4-6, something like that. So we got another month of Friday sessions, and then I'll move back to Saturday. But these sessions are recorded, so you can always watch it later. You don't have to be here on Friday or Saturday for that matter, which is nice and convenient for you, right? If you have any questions, toss them in the comments. I'd be more than happy to interact with you there. And that way, if other people are watching and they're like, yeah, I have that question too, they can learn from your question. So there you go. Let's learn together. And then, of course, if you do feel so led to support me financially, you can. If you go to streamlabs.com/phonavone1, the link is down below. You can provide some tips, monetary tips, if you'd like. You don't have to. It's not required. This is a free course. But if you're feeling so led, you can do that. But I'd appreciate your support, even if you just subscribe. That'd be cool too. And I hope you're enjoying the material. Come back next week for our 11th lecture. And also, don't forget to check out the Greek word of the day. A lot of good content there. We're coming up on our 100th word. It's pretty exciting. And make sure you're keeping up on the vocabulary. In terms of time investment, you don't have a lot you got to worry about. But you do got to worry about something. So don't forget to put it all together. And hey, that's it for today's stream. I'll be online playing video games on Mixer, mixer.com/phonavone. So if you want to come watch, I just got Apex. Might play that. Might play some PUBG. Might play some more Dying Light. I played last night some Dying Light. Today, I don't know. It depends on who's on. I might get back into Batman. I don't know. I got so many options. It's not even funny. But yeah, we'll see you all later. Cheers.